This weekend, the 12th season of the Formula SimRacing World Championship gets underway on R-Factor 2 with the first round at Imola. I'm Edward Hunter, and here's a rundown of all the teams and drivers who are going to be battling out for glory this season. Reigning champions Burst Esport go into 2022 without their reigning triple champion Jerne Simonchik in the Danish team's driving lineup. Michi Hoyer enters his 9th season in FSR. Last season couldn't have started better for the German as he took 3 wins in a row at the San Marino, Portuguese and German Grand Prix before retirements in the Netherlands and the Azure led him to drop down to 3rd in the final standings. With Simonchik now in a reserve driver role, expect Hoyer to take the lead driver role at Burst. Alongside him will be 2021 Academy champion Damian Skowron, who made his World Championship debut with Williams in Brazil last year. The Polish driver recently competed for Burst in the Indy Pro Series, finishing 6th overall, and he hopes to carry his solid form forwards for his first full season at the top level. Runners-up last season, Red Bull go into this year full of confidence following several strong performances. Alex Siebel enters his 3rd FSR season after superb consistency in 2021 allowed the German to beat Michi Hoyer to the runners-up spot. Siebel finished every race in the points and took a breakthrough win in the USA, narrowly beating eventual champion Simonchik over the line by 3 tenths. Teammate and team manager Dennis Jordan also returns for his 3rd full season in the World Championship. Victories in the Principality and at Spa-Francorchamps left Jordan 4th last season, but his recent championship glory in the Indy Pro Series represented a huge breakthrough as he took a well-earned first FSR championship. He enters this season as the man in form and is expected to excel. After competing for Netrex Grand Prix and Abstinio Force Polonia last season, veteran Spanish driver Carlos Martin has decided to join up with FSR debutants Unicorns of Love, after competing for the German squad at VCO's Esport Racing World Cup. Last season Martin took 10th, his best finishing position in the FSR World Championship since his debut in 2014 where he finished 11th. After a solid Indy Pro Series with Valle, where he narrowly beat his teammate Jacob Reed to 7th, he'll be looking to push his new team forwards. His new teammate, former Team Redline driver Colin Spork, did a part season with Edge Esports last year, scoring a podium at the Principality and regularly impressing in qualifying. Now the Rapid Dutchman is tasked with making the Unicorns soar to new heights. Expect close cooperation in races between the Unicorns, Netrex and Edge, as there are deep links between the 3 squads. The Italian Netrex P1 Sim squad, run by Jürgen van Bergen, have had some excellent preparation during the off-season. They won the Indy Pro Teams title with Jan Vosnica and Noah Roivers, and have decided to keep both drivers in the lineup for a shot at the World Championship. Vosnica was runner-up in the 2019 FSR Academy and the 2021 Pro Championship, and after 2 5th places for Edge and Ghost Speed, and finishing 3rd in Indy Pro, the Pole will be aiming to impress in his first full season at the top level. Reigning Pro Champion Roivers won his title with 6 victories, and the Dutchman will be aiming to build upon his part campaign in the top class last season, where he finished 6th in both the Netherlands and Brazil. The Belgian Arnold Competition team are making their debut in the World Championship after previously competing in the Indy Pro Series. While they haven't had much success yet in FSR, Arnold's bread and butter is endurance and GT racing. The team run by Adam Pimfez has scored 2 podiums in the EERC Endurance Championship in the GT3 class this season, as well as competing in the ERWC last year. 2020 Winter Series champion Janos Braksok is in his 4th FSR season, and last year saw him take his best result yet at the German Grand Prix with 2nd place, finishing 6th overall in the standings. The Indy Pro Series also had its high points for the Hungarian driver, with 4th in the feature race at Indianapolis and 5th in the Indy 300. His teammate is Italian Roberto Pignataro, who finished 6th in the Academy Series last season. He also came within a whisker of winning the Indy 300, as well as starring for Valle in the EERC Spa 24 Hours at the end of last year when he fought for the overall lead. With a proven lineup, the Pink Machines could well spring a few surprises this season. The second of the 2 Netrex team entries returns for the team's 10th season in FSR. 2018 Academy champion Ivan Leonov returns for a full-time crack at the World Championship after finishing 10th in Brazil at the end of last season, which was a promising end to 2021 for the Bulgarian. His teammate is British driver Adam Rainey, who was 5th in the Academy Series last year. After a slightly disappointing Indy Pro Series where he placed 13th overall, Rainey will be hoping to bounce back in his first attempt at the World Championship. Edge Esports have been competing in the World Championship since 2018, but haven't won a race since Petr Broljac's victory at Silverstone in 2020. The Belgian team enters 2022 with an entirely new driver lineup. Laurent Kiersmakers makes his comeback to the World Championship after a decade's absence. The Belgian is one of the most experienced drivers in the field and will be hoping to mount a long-awaited comeback. Alongside him will be Ireland's Jake Dennehan, making his debut in the top class of FSR after a solid season in Indy Pro. The 2021 GPVWC Formula Challenge champion has impressed in endurance racing and single-seaters and will be aiming to make an impact in his rookie season. A stalwart of the Virtual Endurance Championship, the Chilean Ground Effect team have picked an excellent time to join FSR given the return of Ground Effect aerodynamics to Formula 1. They have signed 2017 Pro Series champion Sander Kallas for their first season, as the Estonian returns to the World Championship after a year's sabbatical. Alongside him is Zsolt Zux, who will be eager to build upon his part season from 2021, when the Hungarian scored 8 points across the second half of the year. The second Burst team returns after finishing 4th in their previous guise as Burst Sticky Advertising last year. Robin Pansar sticks with the team after finishing 11th in 2021, finishing 5th in Portugal and 4th in Japan. The Swede will be determined to recapture the form that took him to 4th in the 2019 standings. Alongside him will be Dutchman Tom Oldenmenger, who made his debut for the team in Brazil last season after finishing 3rd in the Pro Series. Last but not least, it's TR Motorsports, the 4th new team in the World Championship this season. The Mexican outfit has gone for 2 entirely new drivers to FSR, in Antoni Carmeligos and Liam Ratz. Greek driver Carmeligos has experience in the IRG World Championship and currently runs in the Global Enduro Formula Pro Championship. Rance, by contrast, has made his name in endurance racing, being the runner-up in EERC's GT3 class back in 2020 and is currently leading the championship after winning the first 2 races of the 2022 season. Whilst the Englishman may lack experience racing single-seaters competitively, he's proven his speed and consistency time and time again. Write him off at your peril.